All right, what's up, everybody? This is episode 71 of the Dude Podcast. We have a special guest joining us today to talk some very, very special news that happened. Joseph Allen is on, and if you can't see my shirt, and my shirt says Moms, aka Jets, but just in the Moms in the Jets writing. Gavin's got an A's hat on. I was just in Oakland, so shout out Oakland. They're coming here though to Vegas. And Joe has a Got Favre New York Jets shirt. So that leads us in to the biggest news of the off season that finally dropped today, and it was live on NFL Live. Adam Schefter was on literally middle of a question being asked on the show. He stops everybody and he says, whoa. I have breaking news. Gavin, we lost the visual on you.
Oh, what?
He's not. We can't see you. Anyways,
he's in
says,
his darkness retreat.
Yeah, he will come out and let us know what he's gonna do with the next 2 years. So yeah, he breaks down that Aaron Rodgers was officially traded to the New York Jets today. Kind of just the news everybody was waiting for. We already knew it was gonna happen, but for 2 weeks there was no talks. So initial thoughts. We can start. Gavin, do you want to start? Joe, do you want to start?
I'll let Joe start.
All right.
Initial thoughts are, let's not overthink it. The Jets won the trade because they do get the best player. And I do think that and in all sports, we overemphasize draft picks because I feel like we always think that there's the light at the end of the tunnel or this needle in a haystack that we can get. But Aaron Rodgers is a good player. For like Packer fans out there, it's important to remember that if Rodgers came back, I think Rodgers is going to have a really good year in New York. But that's because it's a change of scenery. He's motivated. If he stayed in Green Bay, it would not be the same Rodgers that the Jets are going to get. So I know Packer fans are going to see him doing well and go, oh my gosh, what could have been? What could have been? No, if he stayed, it would have been a duplicate of what we saw last year. I don't think that organization and him were getting along. I love the move though for both teams. I think it's a good move for the Jets. I think it's a good move for the Packers. From the Packers standpoint, like I said, I think it's run its course. I think they got pretty good value for him, especially if that second round conditional pick becomes a first next year, which all he's got to do is play 65% of snaps. And the only reason that won't happen is an injury. Yeah. But I think it's a good move for the Packers, regardless of Jordan Love, because I think they needed to rip the Band-Aid off and move on.
Yeah.
So
I agree. My first thought was, man, the AFC's loaded at QB. I was like, you got Aaron Rodgers now, you got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert,
Trevor Lawrence,
and Trevor Lawrence, dude, T-Law.
Yeah.
So playoffs are gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I texted you, Evan, but as of now, my bold prediction is because of what Gavin just said, I could see the Packers making the playoffs and the Jets not. And I could see the Jets going 10-7, like having a good year, maybe 11-6. I mean, if they're 11-6, they're probably going to sneak in, but I could see them winning double digits. But with that loaded AFC, like that's just a hard conference, and the NFC is really weak. So
And if you want to know one thing in life, anything Joe predicts sports wise usually doesn't happen. So
predict the other. Well, when it comes to sports betting, 100% bet the
sports
opposite.
Betting, I am 0-4-6 or whatever it is.
0-6, yeah. I mean,
Gavin's over here like 11-for-11, betting like the most random stuff. The first shot of the game is going to be banked in. Oh my gosh, it was.
Yeah, those nerfies. But So my initial thought was, wow, like it finally happened. But like in my mind, I'm thinking this is a huge player. Like, shouldn't it have been more? But then I think about it and I'm like, he's older. It was kind of just like it needed to happen. And I like Joe said, like that second round with the conditional, if that becomes a first round, I think that makes it more even. And it's obviously gonna become a first, and yeah, barring an injury. So,
Yeah.
my
Can I?
first, yeah, go
Oh,
ahead, go
go.
ahead,
Keep going.
go
Keep
ahead.
going. No, you.
You sure?
Yeah, you keep going. Then I have a
Okay,
question for the group about
okay.
this topic.
So my first initial, like, where are the Packers going from here? Do you think they have the chance? Do you think can they win this division, or is it the Lions division now? Because I don't think it's the Vikings. I honestly, personally, we can get into it, but they're talking Dalvin Cook probably getting traded on draft night.
Really?
So yeah, so that's the talks. I just don't know where he would go. I don't know who they would have be their starter. So it's just tough. That division, I feel like everybody's pretty even. I
It's
mean, I
tough to
feel like
trust the Lions because
yeah,
they've
no,
just
yeah,
been dysfunctional for that long. It's obviously going to depend on Aaron Rodgers and obviously health. It all
yeah,
comes down to like who's a healthy team. But I, what I was going to ask, which kind of goes along with this,
mhm,
like Aaron Rodgers, or sorry, Jordan Love. If Jordan Love got put into this draft class, where do you
yeah.
guys think he would go? Because I think he would be the second quarterback off the board behind Bryce Young, personally. I think he, just with the little that we've seen. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's tough. Um,
And it says because I think there's doubts about Stroud,
yeah,
um,
Levis
I
and
think
Richardson.
Levis, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's all
Yeah,
going to
I
come down to
mean,
Jordan Love.
I mean, Gavin, what do you think?
Um, I'm trying to remember who was Jordan Love. Who else got drafted with Jordan Love? Who else was in that draft class, QB wise?
It's a
Look it up.
great question.
But
That was what, 3 years ago?
Yes.
four, was it four?
It might have been.
Anyways, Jordan Love. I remember him coming out. He was supposed to go what top 10,
Hmm.
True.
potentially top 5, and he fell all the way to the 20s. And I
Yep.
remember Jordan Love's like little critique was that he balled out his junior year, but his senior year in college, or one of those, was like not the same.
Yeah.
Which is what people are kind of saying about Will Levis. That Will Levis had a super big time junior year, but his senior year wasn't as good or whatever. Um, and so,
If you want the answer to your question, Joe Burrow was first,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, it
quarterback
was that
taken,
year.
then Tua,
Tua,
then
And then,
Herbert,
yep,
yep.
and
okay.
then Jordan Love slid.
Gotcha.
So, do I think the Packers are going to strike gold the third time? And he's a Hall of Famer, franchise quarterback. Odds are no. But all they need, as you guys have heard me preach for years, all they need him to be is like a he was anywhere between the 10th and the 15th best quarterback in the league, middle of the
Yeah.
road. They need a wide receiver, they need a tight end, and they could probably use a pass rusher. And they got picks now. If they can
Yeah.
shore some of that up, and if he's a 10 to 15 top 10, or not top 10, but like a 10 to 15th best quarterback, and just game manager, doesn't turn it over, makes a play or two once in a while, it could be a good team.
I
I,
agree. I think
yeah.
the Packers can still win it. Like you
Yeah.
have a Detroit Lions team being led by Jared Goff, who was a top 10 quarterback last year, but odds are of that happening again 2 years in a row. Not sure that's too high. You got
Yeah.
Justin Fields, who's electric with his feet, but when it comes down to those big games, you have to be able to throw the ball. So we'll see
Yep.
how that goes. And Minnesota Vikings are kind of looking like a reincarnation of the Arizona Cardinals. Start off really hot, die at the end, and probably are a dumpster fire the next year. Losing
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, don't have a whole lot investment in the offensive line, defensive line there, and so again, and this actually happened last year. Everyone thought the Seahawks were going to be dead, right?
Yeah.
Because they were losing
Mhm.
Russell Wilson, and Seahawks ended up almost winning the division, making the playoffs, losing to San Francisco. But so I can see the Packers, still winning the division for sure, even with Jordan Love and
Yeah.
What
a
makes the NFL
stout
fun is
defense.
we know that it's happened like every year for 23 straight years or some crazy statistic, but a last place team always finishes first in the division, in
Yep.
some division. And then there's going to be a team that disappoints. And
Hmm.
so there's a lot of unpredictability with some stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's exciting. If I was a Jets fan, I think you guys should be stoked. Like I don't think you gave up the farm for this.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to get a motivated Rodgers. Hopefully he comes back for a second year though. I think the Jets need him for a second year to really kind of make it worth it. If this is really just a one and done, it's kind of hard to imagine,
Yeah.
but
Rodgers
so,
better watch out. Zach Wilson's going to make his life hell.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So that quote was during the offseason. It was when a reporter asked him, say X, whoever veteran comes in, what are you gonna do? Make that guy's life hell every day in practice. And it's funny because Aaron Rodgers is like his idol.
I know.
Like Zach Wilson has looked up to Aaron Rodgers his entire life. Terrible person to look up to your entire life, first of all. But last thing I want to talk about, I guess, for the Packers, I want to kind of move on to the Jets, but this is the first time in 31 years they're going to have somebody not named Favre or Rodgers as their QB1. 31 years.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, in
That's
31 years,
awesome.
they got two Super Bowls.
Crazy.
2 Super Bowls. Each of them got one.
It's pathetic. It should have been a couple more.
I know. I knew you were going to love these stats. But let me remind you, though, Favre won 3 MVPs and Aaron Rodgers won 4. So
yeah.
I know those don't win you championships, but Aaron Rodgers also got a Super Bowl MVP too. But
yeah, what's the early betting odds on Jordan Love getting traded to the Jets in 16 years?
Probably minus 1,000
on that.
Yeah,
I'm actually
going to
pull up what the odds are for Jordan Love to win MVP.
Yeah, do it, because
that would be awesome if Jordan Love we hit it and then the Jets trade for him in 16 years. That would be amazing.
I mean,
so Aaron Rodgers to win MVP is 16-1.
Okay.
Jordan Love is 30-1 odds.
Okay.
So
that's tough, man.
Who's the best odds? Who's number 1 odds?
Patty, probably,
Joe
right?
Burrow and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are all tied for 7-1.
I don't see Rodgers winning MVP because kind of what we've talked about. Like it's a big change. You got to move cities, new conferences, new stadiums. I mean, I didn't realize he's played at a lot of these places, but it's just new head coach, there's just a lot of new locker room. I think it just. And Rodgers has always started slow in Green Bay, RELAX, all of that stuff. So if he started slow in a town of 47, for 16 years where he could walk to the stadium, that's why I think the Jets need him for 2 years. I think I don't know, maybe I'm contradicting myself because I think he'll have a good year, but
The thing I'm most excited about with Rodgers going to New York is Rodgers dealing with the New York media every day. Like that is going to be awesome. And the fact that he's going to still get asked about the vaccine every single week after it's been 2 years, it's just going to be great TV. It's going to be great. So
I'm so glad I don't have to deal with him anymore as a fan.
Yeah. The bad man is gone, Joe. He's gone.
The bad man is gone. No, he'll have a good. I guess what I was saying is I think he'll have a good year, but MVP, I'll bet you guys lunch. If he wins MVP, I'll buy both of you guys lunch because
perfect.
There's no way I don't see that happening. So don't place that bet, Gavin.
Yeah, don't do it.
Which means
my future on my MLB MVP is already not looking great. So
I just don't think Garrett Wilson and they traded Elijah Moore, so they don't have Elijah Moore. They have Breece Hall, and they got who's the other running back?
Michael Carter.
They got Uzama from Cincy at tight end.
They got Tyler Conklin at tight end as well still.
They traded for Alan Lazard or signed Alan Lazard.
Signed him, yeah.
Missed on OBJ. OBJ's I feel like it's just going to be the Packers offense from last year copy and pasted into the Jets offense,
But he's motivated. He's motivated.
Yeah.
He's probably going to work out with Garrett Wilson. Not that we need to talk fantasy football, but whose fantasy football stock rose more today than Garrett Wilson's? He's gonna shoot up. He did really well last year with a mailbox thrown to him at quarterback. He Like he did awesome. And so now that he's
Yeah.
got Rodgers, like he's gonna have a really good fantasy year, my prediction.
Yeah, and Garrett Wilson, I was gonna pull up the stat. So it's basically what you said. So he had 83 catches, 1,100 yards, and 4 touchdowns. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and his QB room finished last in total QBR. So that's a huge step up for him. You
Yeah.
bring Aaron Rodgers in, like, and the whole like base around that tweet was that fantasy stock for Garrett Wilson, like through the roof.
Mm.
So I know fantasy isn't real life, but you got to put up numbers to get fantasy numbers. So I think Aaron Rodgers, I think the Jets are going to be just fine. I just don't think I think it's going to, like you said, I think Aaron Rodgers takes a little bit to get started. Like if you ever have had Aaron Rodgers on your fantasy football team, the first probably 2 weeks
Yeah.
are just absolutely terrible. So like, do you
Trash.
remember the game against Tampa? Like
Yes. Yes.
2 years ago,
Of
he threw
course.
like
Yeah.
3 or 4 interceptions. Everybody said he was dead, and then he won the MVP. So it's just he just yeah. So you gotta. I just think he's gonna start slow. It's a
Do
tough
the
free conference.
do the Jets, yes or no, but from both of you, do the Jets win a playoff game this year?
I'm
It's
gonna say
hard to
yeah.
say no. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
hard to
say
say
yes.
no.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'll say no.
He's so good. Like I don't know. He's so good, and that defense is legit. Like, and it's
Yeah.
young too.
Yeah.
And they still might not be done. Like, I was reading that Mike Evans might be available for trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been reading that
It's
Keenan
true.
Allen probably won't be a Charger next year. Like,
Yeah.
the Jets could still make some type of big time splash and get a wide receiver one and really just change that whole offense. And so, and the fact that they've made this move that has a time limit, year possibly two, they're going to want to make. It just doesn't seem like they're done yet. I'm sure they're going to try to do one or two more moves. So I'm going to go, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's just tough. It's tough to bet against Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Aaron Rodgers, greatest Packer of all time. Can we say that? Or are we going to go Brett
Ooh,
Favre? I
I
feel
would
like
still go
you go,
Favre. I
Joe.
would still go
Okay.
Favre
Okay.
because we forget like Favre is really what put Green Bay on the map, got him Reggie White. Like I just built, Lambeau Field was always iconic, but got them to build it bigger. I think with Favre, there's a little more like I think with Rodgers, there's a sour taste in our mouth. And
Yeah.
I think because he was so good, it's like, how did we only win one with Rodgers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Favre took Green Bay further up. Rodgers did a phenomenal job of taking the baton that Favre gave him and didn't screw it up. But I would still put Favre up there.
Yeah, but like Favre didn't have the same social media and like media like thing that Aaron Rodgers had. Like Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers had to go through a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff, and social media exploded during Aaron Rodgers era, whereas it was totally different with Brett Favre. And not to mention Brett Favre is it's got some allegations going against him right
Yeah.
now, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
the
Rodgers,
Southern Miss Gymnastics. Yeah.
if Rodgers wins another Super Bowl, he needs a second one to like shoot up to the top five quarterbacks. But his stats, it's hard to argue with his stats. I mean, he's one of the
Yeah.
best quarterbacks of all time, just stats wise, with his QBR and passer rating, touchdown to interception ratio, 4 MVPs. It's hard to argue any of that stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but Aaron Rodgers had to deal with like the COVID season, just all that crap going on, and the fact, I mean, didn't really deal with it greatly, but he's the greatest Green Bay Packer of all time that's ever done ayahuasca. So
it's true.
shout out the drugs, dude. But I guess overall we can agree the Jets won this trade, right?
Yeah, I think they won.
Okay. I mean,
oh yeah,
I mean, say next year's second round pick that turns into a first round pick is like a Hall of Famer in 30 years. We can look back and say, hey, the Packers got something out of it. They got rid of the bad man and they got a Hall of Famer. But as of right now, I feel like 100% Jets won this trade.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. I wanted before we move on, I want to talk about, do we think after Aaron Rodgers is done, is Zach Wilson the guy there? No.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, dude. Have you not watched football the last 2 years? Like,
I know. I'm just saying maybe he needed that like couple years to back up a veteran to, get his feet under him. But he's also too worried about these
dude,
moms.
he's got some moms on the brain,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Them
exactly.
mommies.
Yeah.
I think he'll need to change his scenery. I think he'll be there this
Yeah.
year, but he'll need his only shot is a fresh start somewhere else. And
Yeah.
Yeah, his only shot is like a Kyle Shanahan system, like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
guy who's
Yeah.
just got the run game going. You just need him to throw an accurate ball, which
hmm
can't even do that,
Good
which sucks
comparison right
because
there.
he's got the arm talent, right? Which is a lot of what a lot of these busts come from. They get so goo-gooed by this arm talent. Aaron, what's his name? Guy from Florida,
Anthony Richardson.
Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson hitting the dome. People go crazy. It's like, no, that was a bad throw. Like
It was a
you
bad
want your
throw with
guy,
no defense.
Yeah.
like you want a guy throw, like he was trying to hit his wide receiver and hits the dunk. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate it when that happens, but
Hey,
yeah,
Zach
I think
Wilson
he's
got
gonna need to change
drafted.
the scenery.
Yeah, he got drafted second overall because of that one crossbody throw that he threw. And that was like, it's just
And I
wild.
think he ruined it for other quarterbacks. Like now when
Yes.
you see that one throw, you're gonna always think, yeah, Zach Wilson did that though. Like I think Zach Wilson hurt that kind of cool long distance throw thing.
I
And
agree.
also those pro days, like with the colleges, like you can like manipulate that so well to
Yes.
like make that
Yeah.
guy look good.
100%. You
Yeah.
pick your receivers, your throws. It's indoors. There's no weather.
Yeah.
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 It's
Pick your
always all
guys that you're throwing to. Yeah.
exactly.
All right. Well, Joe's got to run. He's got some other
This is fun,
obligations.
guys. We're gonna do
Yeah.
this again. We'll talk
I'm
later.
happy. I'm happy for you.
Go
I'm happy
Paco!
happy
Go
he's
Pack
gone.
Go do podcast.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
See you guys.
Later. Hey.
Let's
Dude,
go. Dude,
so
it's
happy.
good to be back. It's good to be back, Evan.
It is. It is. And I mean, what's it been like 2 weeks since we've recorded?
Yeah, it feels like a year.
I know, because you were in Texas, and then this last weekend I was in San Francisco, but yeah, you got the A's hat on. I was at
Yeah, man.
I know we were talking about Kyle Shanahan. I was at the Giants game. It wasn't the A's because the A's were out of town, but we went to a Giants game versus the Mets. Brock Purdy was sitting about 2 sections over from me, which I thought was insane because I paid like $40 for my tickets, 13 rows up from the third baseline, like super cheap. He's like 2 sections over. And I remember looking at those tickets, they were like 70. And I was like, did the Giants like cheap out on his tickets or did he buy these? Like, you know what I mean? Why is he not in a box? The guy got bombarded like after they showed him on the screen. But anyways, I'm happy that Aaron Rodgers crap is done. I'm happy it's done. Because I feel like we can move on now.
Right. It still would have been cool to have it go on draft night because draft night's just a super iconic night for the NFL, But yeah, it is cool. It is nice to have, I don't know, it was just like it dragged out for so long and it was just like some random Monday. It's just like all of a sudden
I know.
it was cool. But
yeah, it was cool to see like all of a sudden like talks like shut down. Like there was no talks for like 2 weeks. The whole 2 weeks we didn't have a podcast. It was because Aaron Rodgers didn't get traded. That's the reason. No, I'm just kidding. But he like didn't get traded, and then all of a sudden on Sunday there was a tweet that said they reopened talks, and then boom, this morning Adam Schefter breaks it live on TV. So it was pretty cool to see. But that leads me into NFL draft. It's freaking draft week, man. I am like,
let's go.
We've talked about this. We wish the draft was in Vegas every single year because because we would 100% be there every single year.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the draft and you've ever just thought, oh man, I think I'd like to go to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, go.
Yeah, don't go to the stupid fan fest before. Just show up for the draft. The fan fest was like fun, but it was like I took
yeah.
I took half a day off of work for this. Like, you know what I mean? Like we should have just, you know what I mean? But the draft,
Like,
dude, it was so fun.
yeah, it was awesome. Just diehard fans,
Yes.
bunch of football nerds hanging out with each other, geeking out on football.
Yep.
Awesome. Just cool environment. Just a lot
It
of
was.
like big time fans. And you get to talk
Yeah.
to every different like you get to see fans from Jacksonville, from Houston, like teams you don't really see on the media. They're all there. So
Yep.
you get to hear all the different perspectives of all the different fans. It's such a
Yeah.
fun environment.
Yeah, like last year we kind of like buddied up with a group of people, like half of them were Packers fans, half of them were Lions fans. Do you remember that? Like just
Yeah,
um like they just like I mean they were diehards. They were diehards. They were all from California, but they were, they're fans. There we had like a son and a dad that the son was from Buffalo and the dad lived here in Vegas, but they were like had their faces painted like blue and red. Like this is crazy. Like these guys, like people that go to the draft like from out of town are diehards. Like people who
yeah,
go to
oh yeah,
stand around to hear people's names get called. They're
yeah,
diehards. So,
yeah, man.
the draft this year, Kansas City. It's in Kansas City. Apparently, this is going to be the biggest stage of yet of a draft. So I'm excited to see what they do. They released like renderings of like what it's going to look like, and it looks really cool. Like Patrick Mahomes retweeted it and was like, "I'm so pumped for this." Um, and last episode, before we get into like the picks, I want to talk. Joe brought up an idea that what if whoever won the Super Bowl hosts the draft the following year? Would that be a cool idea or would that not be a cool idea?
Yeah, you could just have dynasties, you know?
Yeah, I know. What if like when the
Like if it was
Patriots
in New
kept
England,
winning? Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah, it would
saying.
be like, what?
Yeah. I
I
think
think
it'd
it
be
would
kind
have
of
to
dumb.
be more like a Hawaii or like Las
Yeah.
Vegas,
Yeah.
the same spot
Like
in
the
a place
Pro
where
Bowl.
everyone wants to go. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has a good time here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure that would be cool.
Like dude, like if Dallas won, that'd be cool. But like if the Bengals won, like nobody wants to go to Cincinnati. Sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um, but
But the
anyways,
crazy thing is that people will
I know.
like
Dude, people went to
anywhere it is. People,
Cleveland.
I know it's crazy.
That was so dumb.
Tennessee, they had it in Nashville. Nashville was cool.
That was cool, yeah. But they
I,
had it
I
in
I like it that they
Cleveland.
switch it up.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
like it.
I do too. But I just wish it was in Vegas every single year because I'm
Yeah.
selfish. But anyways, I want to get into the picks. Like number one's basically a lock now. It's basically
Yep.
Bryce Young. And 2 weeks ago, in our the last episode me and you recorded, I stated that if there was ever a number one lock, it was CJ Stroud of the Panthers.
I don't think you were the only one that thought that though. Like,
I think the entire world thought that.
yeah, the odds flipped from Bryce Young going number one, being the number one pick to
Yeah.
CJ Stroud like instantly after the
Yeah.
Panthers made the trade to go number one.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like overnight, it went from like CJ Stroud going number one to Bryce Young going number one big time,
Yeah.
which I'm a fan of. I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of.
Yeah, you are.
Like freaking a year ago, I put a bet on Bryce Young to go number one.
Dude, that was
So
when we went to the week 2 Cardinals versus Raiders. I'm pretty sure you put it in
yeah,
when we were going to that
yeah, it
game.
was like forever ago, and so
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy that's probably gonna hit now.
Yeah.
And Bryce Young to the Panthers. Or you want to talk about that
Yeah.
for a second?
Yeah. Do you think it's a good fit?
Sure.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah, like you got Bryce Young, who apparently has uh tested really well on
Yeah,
decision making.
like that C2 test or whatever that thing
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
And like the word on the street is that he's, he loves to watch film, which
Hmm.
is a big deal. Kyler Murray made that a big deal.
Take notes, Kyler.
Yeah. Uh and so that's cool. He is really small. And
Yeah.
so is Kyler, and Kyler balls, dude. Like Kyler is super good. And so yeah, Kyler is hurt. He's missed a couple of games every single year, except
Yeah.
for his rookie year. And so there is some legit concerns there, but I mean he
Yeah.
can throw the ball and he's quick and he's got a
Yeah.
good head coach like Frank Wright, kind of a chill guy.
Yeah.
You got Adam Thielen, a legit wide receiver, veteran wide receiver.
Yeah.
DJ Chark's awesome,
Yeah, he's solid.
and
Uh
so yeah,
I
I don't
just
think they'll be that good, but
nah.
sure he'll fit in there.
Yeah, I think a number one pick just sucks for him because like he was in Bama. Like Bama was like probably the most like NFL like offense, I guess you could say. A lot of throwing, a lot of deep balls, a lot of that type of stuff. But it's Carolina, man. It's tough. It's like that's kind of where like who's the last quarterback that did well there? Cam Newton when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to
Yeah,
the Broncos. Um, yeah, it's just like number one is just tough. It is just crazy to think that it's flipped so much. Um, but anyways, Bryce Young is basically a lock. He's a lock. I think everybody thinks and knows he's a lock. But that brings me to number two. The Texans, they are throwing everybody for a loop. Remember a month ago, it was if CJ Stroud was going if he was going number one overall, it was like there is nobody else for the Texans other than Bryce Young. And now that Bryce Young is going number one overall, they might not even take a quarterback. Um,
yeah.
like it's between they were saying Will Anderson or is it freak dude, what's his name?
Jalen Carter,
No, it wasn't him. It was Tyree Wilson, the edge from Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Okay.
Something I heard today was that D'Amico Ryans, he's a very defensive, minded head coach. He's had long, big, fast defensive ends, and Will Anderson really isn't that. So a lot of people are thinking that they might go that Tyree Wilson guy from Texas Tech. Also, there's a coach on Ryan's staff that is a Texas Tech guy and knows this guy. So there's a lot of like speculation that we might get a Texas Tech defensive end going number two overall, which is
Wow.
pretty weird. It's pretty weird to think about, right? Um, but it's just crazy to
I
me
heard,
that they're not going to go quarterback.
I heard that Will Levis is
Yeah,
supposed to go number two.
yeah.
They're
So
saying that Will Levis is like the favorite to be the number two quarterback selected, which could be the Houston Texans.
which is just so if he goes there, okay. So that brings me to number three. If he goes there, where do the Cardinals go?
I bet everyone wants to trade up for CJ
Yeah,
Stroud
yeah,
or Anthony Richardson.
yep,
Everyone's
yeah,
going to want to bump in front of Indy.
yeah, yeah.
So
I think the thing I'm seeing the most of is the Raiders are going to probably try and push for that number three to try to take CJ Stroud.
I saw Max Crosby post a picture today with CJ Stroud.
Oh,
They were
really?
hang they were hanging out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Done deal. Done deal. Raiders are trading for number three. Just kidding. It's just
and
these.
if you're in Vegas, going to a sports book on draft night is
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
because they have like a lot of the bets you won't find on the apps here in Vegas,
Yeah.
but when you go to the actual sports book, there's tons of bets, and you can bet on specific players going to specific teams.
Yep.
It's just a good time. It's a good time to be at the sports book is
Yeah.
draft night.
Are you gonna try and be there?
I'm gonna try to be there.
I don't think
Also,
I'm.
I have the freaking under on this Lakers Memphis game. at 225.
What's the score?
And it is 223.
With 13 seconds left. Dude, but they're down by, oh, shoot.
So
225 and a half?
Yeah.
Well, if they make it 2, then it's going to be 225, and then there's going to be under like 8 seconds left. They're not going to, oh, they might foul.
This stupid game went into overtime. Shouldn't have gone to overtime, but
oh, this is OT. Oh,
it was an absolute lock.
Yeah, that would have been
And then
a
it
lock.
went to overtime, and it might still hit in overtime.
That's wild. I remember one time during the conference tournaments, I bet an under on like Montana State, whatever the under was. It went to 3 overtimes and it still hit the under. Like I was like, what?
Wow.
Like, it was like I think
you
one
guys
of the
suck.
Yeah, one of the overtimes, like legit one of the overtimes, there was only 4 points scored the entire overtime, the whole 5 minutes. Like each team only scored 1 shot. So
that's hilarious.
But
yeah, like you said, if Houston goes defense or even takes Will Levis at 2,
yeah,
I think the odds of Arizona trading that 3rd pick skyrockets.
oh yeah,
you know?
oh yeah, I agree.
And even if they don't, even if Arizona doesn't, and they choose to go like stay with 3, it's not even a bad move. Like you can still get the best player in the draft, in my opinion, at 3 and play it safe. So Arizona's going to be in a good spot.
Take a look at your TV.
Oh no, no way! You suck. Are you kidding me?
Why did they shoot that? There's literally, oh dude, he shot the 30 with 2 seconds
Oh my
left.
gosh.
That's so annoying. Oh, and then they fouled the Lakers with 0 seconds on the clock, dude. So it would have freaking went over anyways.
Bro, so dumb. So dumb.
That's so
No,
stupid.
if he would have missed it, they would have fouled him.
Oh yeah, then it would have just been 225. Oh, sorry about
dude,
that. That sucks.
Kennard, you suck, man.
Hopefully you didn't have too much, but
no, I didn't know.
But so I mean, obviously, if the Colts they got to take quarterback, right? So we don't have to go through all these. I just kind of want to go top five. So Colts go quarterback, whoever is available, right? Just whoever's there. Or if it's only Richardson there, I've been reading and like listening to a lot of the NFL radio, and it's basically saying like anybody who's available, they're going to take a quarterback because they have people within that team that, or within like the organization, that like all of them.
Yeah, like Anthony Richardson wouldn't be a bad pick.
Yeah.
You could potentially get CJ Stroud.
Yeah. Or if Will Levis falls.
Like it's hard to see the Colts not go quarterback.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then at 5, my Seahawks.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So there's talks going around that they might go after Anthony Richardson, that they like what they see. I don't love it. I don't love it just because this is the guy like that, RG3 that dazzles and shows everybody that they can run. They kind of can throw the ball too, but they make bad decisions, but they possibly could fix that in the NFL. And it's like, how the freak are you going to fix that in the NFL if you're going up against harder, defenses? But
yeah, but can you imagine him and Kenneth Walker just coming out of the tunnel?
Yeah, dude, and like freaking getting a jet sweep to DK, and then
dude
Kenneth is blocking ahead of him. Come on, man.
Dude, your quarterback, your wide receiver, and running back are just beasts. I like the fit.
Yeah.
And of course, being from Arizona, I wouldn't be too stoked to play.
Yeah, I know.
It's always it wouldn't be too fun to play, but
I think I'm just like I have my mindset on like Will Anderson. If he's there, like get him. or Tyree Wilson if he's there. Even Jalen Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Dude,
what?
I know.
Like
the off the field stuff, there a lot of these mock drafts have him falling like to 8, 9, or 10. And I'm like, do not let him slide.
But
you guys are going to
Seattle doesn't even care about that. Like because that's the thing. Even with DK Metcalf slipped way to the second round.
He was the last pick in the second round. Yeah.
Jamal Adams was kind of a hothead. They were like, get him here,
Yeah. Freaking Marshawn Lynch, like, dude, they don't care.
They don't care, and so it almost fits that brand of football too. So.
Yeah, and speaking of the Seahawks, I want to ask you: do you remember who the Seahawks drafted in 2012? Don't look it up, but I want you just to tell me if you remember.
I was on a mission, so
you were, so you don't know. So these draft grades that go around, right? So the draft after the draft is over, Bleach Report, ESPN, they all give the teams draft grades. So Seattle was the one team that got an F that season. Okay. This is who they drafted: Bruce Irvin, Bobby Wagner, and Russell Wilson. Okay. So I'm just like, dude, I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're giving these, like, who knows? No one ever knows.
Like George Pickens last year went to the second round. George Pickens looks so sick.
Yeah, he's gonna be their number one. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. And I mean, there are though the quarterbacks that fall, like Malik Willis. Remember that? Remember, dude, we were there at the draft. Like, people were pissed that their teams weren't drafting Malik Willis.
Yeah,
dude, I honestly kind of was like, maybe the Seahawks draft Malik Willis with number 8. Dude, so happy they didn't. He fell like to the third round. And then they're talking about the Titans possibly taking Anthony Richardson if he falls. So it's just, I don't know. Ultimately, no one ever knows.
Yeah.
With these players. So, but
and the odds are they don't work out. Like,
yeah.
Like 80% of these players are going to be busts.
Yeah.
And so 100%. It really is so hard to freaking get it right. But Seahawks are in a good spot. A lot of quarterbacks are going to go before them. They're going to have the pick of the litter. They're going to be able to go Will Anderson or Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Or the dude from Texas Tech.
Tyree.
No matter
Wilson,
what, they're going to be able to take someone. And if Anthony Richardson or Will Levis falls, like, they'll have that too. Like, Seattle's in a really good spot.
Yeah. I like where they're at. And the teams behind them are also in a good spot. There's a lot of good players. I know that Witherspoon or whatever, the cornerback from Illinois, is like the top rated guy. Last draft question, and then I kind of just want to just talk about a little NBA. But when do we see the first position player go? Who's going to be the first position player to go? So like an offensive position player, like a wide receiver or a running back or a tight end, probably.
Watch the Bears go Jackson and Jibba or whatever.
Yeah,
from Ohio State.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I just got a feeling they're going to draft him. Like, he's like buddies with Justin Fields.
Ohio State buddies, yeah.
Just it's a kind of like a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase kind of thing.
Yep.
There was another one that just happened. It was I swear there was another college quarterback with his college wide receiver that they just.
Well, I know Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne were on the same team. I know they got drafted. I can't remember who. Is there some other ones? There might be another one, but
whatever. I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to be the first guy off the board, and then it's probably the wide receiver from USC goes next. But
Jalen Waddle, and Tua.
That's correct. Yes, there it is. But dude, draft. I'm excited. I'm excited for the draft. The draft's always fun. Like, it's always just fun to see this is just my favorite part of the draft is listening to the calls after the draft. And then when they release the players getting the call and their parents are screaming and the phone drops on the floor and the coach, you just hear the coach on the other end hello, you know what I mean? I just love that. I love DK Metcalf's when he was like started crying and he asked him why they took so long. And then Pete Carroll says, but you're going to catch touchdowns from Russell Wilson. And then it's like, psych, you're going to catch touchdowns from Geno Smith. So, but yeah, I'm
I
excited.
saw some videos of Gino working out. You excited?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's posting those workout vids. I'm excited. I'm trying to keep expectations a little low just because last year was a very good year for him, but he kind of like had a chip on his shoulder. I don't know if he still does. You know what I mean?
I'm
Um,
sure he does.
I know, I'm sure he does. I'm just saying, like last year was like the hey, I'm actually not bad. Like, and then this year it's like, okay, can he keep it up? There's gonna be a lot of scrutiny around him. So I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this NFL season. Football's the freaking
Yeah,
best. Football's
dude,
the
football's
best.
king. Football's
Yeah.
king. Draft is always
Um.
sick. I
Yeah.
feel like there'll be some good trades in the draft this year,
Yeah.
and I feel
Yeah.
like it'll be a big time defensive heavy first round. Like I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of people will go defense.
Yeah. There's gonna be a big defense. Like you said, guys probably gonna get drafted. D Hop probably gonna get drafted or not drafted, traded draft night. They're saying Trey Lance might get traded on draft night. Which
Dude,
is
that would be
crazy.
cool.
Which is crazy, dude. He was just drafted third overall with freaking Lawrence and Wilson.
Yeah,
Crazy.
like Commanders, or
Yeah, why
Ryan
not?
Tannehill could get traded. I also saw that.
Yeah.
Like Tennessee could get a new quarterback.
Yep.
Washington could get a new quarterback. The Ravens could get a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Falcons could get a
Dude,
new quarterback.
if Lamar got traded on draft night, how
That'd be
wild
crazy.
would that be? That would be probably
That
the
would be
biggest. That'd be one of the
crazy.
biggest, probably outside of like Eli getting traded for Philip Rivers. Um, which we should talk about at some point. We don't need to tonight, but
Dude, you
and then
know
they're
who
saying
else could get traded?
who?
Matt Stafford. Matt
Oh yeah,
Stafford
yeah,
could
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
traded.
He's got a lot of money tied up, dude.
Yeah.
They gotta clear some space, dude. Yeah. So
And
Dalvin
then
Cook.
watch out for the Bucks. Like Bucks could just like clean house. They could get rid of
Yeah.
Evans, get
Yeah, they're
rid of
saying
Devin
Devin White.
White.
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying he's like a lock to get traded at some point. So but anyways, that kind of concludes our NFL. We had a lot of NFL news today. Or
Yeah,
if you're
dude.
listening, yesterday.
I missed football.
So
I already bought my. Did I mute myself? Okay.
no, you're good. I can still hear.
I already bought my NFL Sunday ticket, pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
ready. I'm ready.
I know it's so nice it's on YouTube TV now. So nice.
And I read that they're going to allow you to do split screen, like what
Oh
they did for the March
yes.
Madness. So you'll be able to watch
Yes.
four different games at once on your TV.
Yes.
It's gonna be
I might need to
awesome.
get like a 100-inch TV.
Yeah, probably
Yes.
120.
120, maybe 200. No, I'm just kidding. Um, okay. Before we move on, Cardinals freaking new uniforms, man. How do you
Dude,
feel?
I mean,
That is exactly the reaction I had.
it was like the black ones are pretty cool.
Yeah, the white
The black ones
helmets,
look nice.
dude.
I know. Get rid of the.
Dude,
I don't
why'd they
know.
keep
Like right
those?
now, Arizona can't stay out of the media. They're in the media for all the wrong reasons, and
Just
they were
like
pumping up. They were pumping up like yellow. Like they were gonna add more yellow,
yes, there
and I
was
was
zero
excited.
yellow.
I was super excited, and I watched the whole uh what do they call it, the reveal.
Unveiling, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the unveiling on YouTube live, and Michael Bidwell, the owner, came on and said, we updated, but stuck with tradition. And I'm just like, this is why we suck so bad. Like, we don't, we
Yeah,
suck so bad because of what our tradition is. Like, we
yeah,
need to change.
yeah,
And, anyways, I,
yeah. And that's the funny thing is like I was posting, I was like, yellow, 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 yellow. No yellow, not a single bit.
it was like silver, and
So yeah, they added the silver flakes into the white helmet.
yeah,
Cool.
the uniforms were so bad. Buda Baker asked for a trade.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, he probably saw him. He caught a sneak peek before anybody else, and he said, "I'm out of here." I
But
don't.
Kyler was there. That's
Yeah.
cool that Kyler was there.
Yeah, and another thing about Kyler, so he had his statue at Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
Like the whole team showed up for him.
Yeah, but
Did you?
Did you see Mike Lefario from freaking
Yeah.
PFT? He was like
Yeah.
bagging on them that they should be working. It's like
I know. He said, shouldn't these guys be watching film? It's like, dude,
it's like,
shut
dude,
up.
shut the freak up. Like you're
And
so
honestly,
dumb.
I think it actually shows a lot of good things like for the team because like they're rallying behind Kyler even though he's not even going to be their quarterback at the starting of the season, you know what I mean? So because he's hurt
Like
obviously,
they
not
were
because of
probably
anything
gone
else.
for like 5 hours,
Yeah, they
Like
probably took a
it's like
private jet that
not
morning.
even a big deal. And they probably talked about football on the way there. Like
Yeah. Everybody was
so
like,
stupid.
"You really don't think we talked about football on the plane?" Like I'm sure
Yeah.
we were brainstorming some draft talk and that type of stuff. But
Yeah,
anyways,
but Kyler looks like he's not going to be gone. Like I bet he
yeah.
plays week 3 or 4. You know.
Yeah, they were saying like 3 games is probably what he's gonna miss. So he's looking good. He's wearing that leg sleeve all the time. It looks like he's staying like
Man,
pretty consistent.
and if you can get Mike Evans or Keenan Allen, like
Yeah,
man, you got to make that happen. You got to make
yeah,
that happen.
because D
So
Hop's gone, so you gotta replace him at some point.
you
But
got to have somebody. You got freaking Rondell Moore and Marquise Brown,
pew pew pew.
and then you got and then you got Kyler Murray. If you want the smallest team in the NFL, you've done it.
Yeah.
You've done a great
Oh
job at
yeah.
building a small team.
Oh,
Let's
sorry,
get some
dude.
dudes in there. Let's
I
get some
just
dudes in there.
just that clip, man, of
Pew
him
pew pew.
shots. Oh, shots, because you're fast. Like, oh man, it's so funny, man. What a freaking square, dude. It's so funny. Anyways, I just want to recap just like where we're at on the NBA. Let's just go over like series wise. So in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
E,
just got done watching the GOAT, Austin Rivers,
dude, how
hit
much
two
did he
free
have
throws
tonight?
to go over 225. Appreciate you, freaking jerk.
He had 23 tonight, dude. Okay, so Lakers are up 3-1 in that series. Um, and today the freaking Heat beat the Bucks, dude. They're up three
That
one.
yeah, suck my dong, Jay Crowder, freaking idiot,
Yeah, suck it, Jay Crowder. You left, and then you're
dude.
gonna freaking Jimmy Butler's gonna sack tap you, dude. And you're on the way out, dude. Freaking teabag you.
Sit
Come
out
on.
9 months just to get freaking thrown out of the playoffs round one. What an idiot.
Oh man, the thing is like the Bucks very easily could come back in this series, like, but
Yeah,
I am hoping and praying that the Bucks lose, dude, because then that just helps my
dude.
Celtics out.
Milwaukee to win the series 4-3
Mhm.
is plus 110.
Oh, that's so stupid, dude.
That
That's
is
so
so
stupid.
stupid.
Do they? I mean, I guess Jimmy Butler's probably not going to put up 56 every night, but you don't think they could scrounge out one win? Like, I think they win in Miami. I think they win game 6 in Miami. I think they do it, man. Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. Because then they
Yeah,
would play the
watch it.
winner of the Knicks and the Cavs, right?
Yeah,
That would be a series. Well,
that would
well,
be awesome.
and then you got like the Timberwolves winning game 4 was pointless. They're just gonna lose game 5.
Yep.
That's just stupid. So the Nuggets are up 3-1. You got the Celtics up on the Hawks 3-1. Suns up on the Clippers 3-1. Really, the only series that is worth watching right now is the Warriors and the Kings. That series is electric. Every
You
single
see
game.
that? You see that Darren Fox is going to probably miss Game
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, that sucks. Warriors are winning that series.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude. Um, very easily. Why is Harrison Barnes taking the last shot?
Well, I think Darren Fox got doubled. Like,
Yeah, but Malik Monk was open on the other side.
yeah.
I go
I
to
saw that.
Malik over Harrison Barnes. Sorry, but then you got Knicks. Knicks are up 3-1. So literally the only series that isn't 3-1 is the Kings Warriors. So um, that's gonna be the series to watch. I think the next round is gonna be awesome. I think Sixers versus freaking Celtics is gonna be awesome. Um, I mean, barring the Celtics lose 3 in a row to the Hawks, not gonna happen. Um, as of right now, where we stand, who do you have in the finals?
Man, it's hard not to pick Golden State.
I know, isn't that sucky?
Golden State. It's gonna be Golden State and Milwaukee.
You think Milwaukee's
I
gonna come back and beat Miami?
yeah, dude.
But
Yes.
then they just had played a 7-game series, having to go in and play the Knicks, who probably are gonna win after 5. I know the Knicks aren't anything special. I'm just saying, like, and then they're gonna probably have to play. I would hope Boston beats the Sixers, and then they're gonna have to play Boston, dude. I hate
It's
you for
it's.
saying Milwaukee's coming out of the East.
I'm gonna say Milwaukee.
I'm
I
just kidding. You're fine.
I don't know. If we get another Boston Golden State, like that'll suck. I don't want that, you know.
I
So I
love
guess
it.
that's why I'm picking it. But um
I am picking. I think we might get a Boston versus Suns, dude. I think we might get a Boston versus Phoenix. I just think like, dude, KD and D Book playing together, they're balling right now, dude. And if they
they're
can keep
awesome.
that up, they can keep that up, they'll win. They'll win game 5. I think they win game 5. Something I want to talk about. I feel like injuries are kind of taking away from the competitiveness of these playoffs that we're in right now.
In particular, the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
two
like
best players
the
are out.
Suns like the Suns Clippers games have been close, but it hasn't
Yeah.
like felt like a playoff game like that.
No.
Like game 1 of the series actually felt like a playoff game, but other than that, it's just been kind of like the Suns just look like they're on cruise control. They don't even look like they're
No.
like playing that hard, you know?
Yeah, like even when it got down to like what, 3? 3 the other
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
I still felt like I'm watching in the airport and I'm like, I still feel like the Suns are just gonna pull away. And then they did.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, I agree. And then you got like, but then like in the East, you have Joel Embiid didn't play. He's hurt. You have De'Aaron Fox broke his finger. You have Tyler Hero broke his hand.
Yeah.
Dude, the Heat could be better off without Tyler Hero. I don't know. They're playing pretty good. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying. You have Sabonis got hurt. He ended up playing though because Draymond curb stomped him. Got suspended. You have Dylan Brooks is the biggest idiot alive. I hate Dylan Brooks, dude.
Dude, his hair is seriously like
Dude,
a,
it's the hair, it's the hey, I'm a villain. But then did you see his quote today at shoot around? He was like, or no, it was yesterday. Yesterday at shoot around, he says the media is turning him into who he is. And it's like, dude, you have been turning yourself into that for the last 2 seasons.
So I think he wasn't responding. I think he was responding to the fact that he like hit LeBron in the nuts.
He grabbed his penis.
Yeah, uh he was hanging brains with LeBron.
Yeah, dude. What the freak, dude?
He was seeing what was in LeBron's ball bag, you know.
Yeah, he wanted to check it
Uh
out.
I think he was responding to like that he did that on purpose. And he was just saying like, no, I'm not like I didn't do that on purpose. People are trying to portray me as that, but yeah,
It
you
looks
kind of dug
slightly
your own
intentional.
grave. Yeah, you dug your own grave, Dylan Brooks. Like
Yeah. Yeah. The dressing up like that and then wearing a big chain with DB on it. That doesn't stand for
what
Dylan Brooks. That stands for douchebag.
when you like hit a three and you go to LeBron, you're like, yep,
And then he
and
says
you
he
talk
doesn't
about
respect him unless he
yeah.
drops
I
40
mean,
on
you
him.
you dig you dig in your own grave.
Like,
So
what an idiot. So, anyways, not too much NBA other than just obviously the playoff series. they're all 3-1 other than the Kings and the Warriors. Kings and Warriors is going to be the one to watch. I was out in Oakland this weekend, and San Francisco and Oakland were absolutely chocked full of stupid, annoying Warriors fans. I went to the Giants game on Friday.
Yeah.
There were people just wearing Steph Curry jerseys. You're not at a basketball game, you freaking idiot. You're at a baseball game. Wear a Giants jersey. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I am not going.
Dude, you're literally a bandwagon just like them. Like, you're wearing
Dude,
a Boston hat in Las Vegas. Let's stop.
Dude, I've been a Boston fan before I was a Raiders fan.
Yeah, okay.
And then here I got this too. Oh, and then I got this here. Las Vegas Raiders. I got a lot of stuff. But yeah, it just bugs me. It bugs me when I'm at a freaking baseball game and I'm seeing people like there's this guy wearing Warriors shorts, a hoodie, and a Steph Curry jersey to match the shorts over the hoodie. Like, dude,
yes.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's like what my 8-year-old nephew likes to wear.
Yeah, to freaking third grade. Yeah, exactly. Like, you idiot. Like, this is a grown adult. Okay, question. This we're gonna end on this. If you're an adult, should you be wearing a jersey of your favorite player who may or may not be 10 plus years younger than you?
I'm not a big jersey guy. Like,
okay, I know you're not.
In general, like, but yeah, no.
Right? I don't know.
But
like, all the jerseys I have are from players that I grew up watching, and I've had them for years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got a Cam Chancellor jersey for the Seahawks. Been watching him for years. I have a David Ortiz baseball jersey who was my idol growing up for baseball. Like, I have a Dustin Pedroia jersey. They're all like 20 plus years older than me. You know what I mean? So this guy's in his mid 50s at least, and he's rocking a freaking Steph Curry jersey. Dude.
I mean, that makes sense. He's like the greatest shooter of all time.
I know. But if you're wearing like a Jordan Poole jersey and you're in your 50s, grow up.
Like, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Like,
dude.
Like, if my dad was rocking a Booker jersey, I'd be like, "Oh, dude, sweet jersey."
Yeah, it's just because I hate the Warriors. Sorry, I was just hoping you'd agree with me so we could just bag on the Warriors together.
But... No, yeah, when you go to San Francisco, that's all it is. It's just like, oh, you wanted to come out now that the sun's out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, do you know who Baron Davis is?
Yeah. No? Yes.
You don't. You probably don't. Do you know who Monte Ellis is? No, probably not. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like,
Monte Ellis was sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. So, who was the big? David Lee.
Dunker,
you know who David Lee is? No.
Or Richardson. I think that's his last name.
Richardson. Yes.
He went to the Suns.
Was it Jason Richardson?
Yeah, sure.
Something. I don't know. Yeah, it was like number 24 or something like that. Yeah, he was a dunker. Yeah. So, yeah, just when we landed in Oakland, the flight attendant said, when you're in Oakland, ask them if they want to give us any more teams. And so I was like, yeah, freak yeah, dude. Got the A's coming here. Got the Raiders here already. But anyways, dude, it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the pod. It's been a minute. But
we're back though. We're back.
We got some changes coming up. We're not gonna give too many details, but we got some changes coming up.
Heck yeah.
That we're excited about. So, but anyways, as always, we appreciate everybody listening. I know this was a longer one, so if you're still with us, we appreciate you a ton. Shout out to all the fans that are going to be in Kansas City this week at the draft. You guys are the real ones. If you haven't followed us already on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, link is in the bio on Instagram. Follow us on all of our socials. Check out YouTube. We appreciate you guys. Follow us. But until next time, this was the Dude Podcast. Later.
Peace.